So yesterday, Ethan Klein had Jeff Wittek, Mike Majlak, and Tana Mongeau on his podcast, and I really thought nothing of it. But I saw an article about it talking about how Ethan had apologized to Tana Mongeau for making fun of her appearance in the Instagram versus reality video a while back. Now, I'm not going to play the clip, I'm going to just show the quotes because there's a very interesting part of the quotes that I really want to focus on. Since then, I've hit the gym and I've FaceTuned a lot less. Ethan then offered a further apology. Sitting across from you now, I just want you to know that there's nothing wrong with this body and you're beautiful. I would never make fun of a woman's appearance like this now, and I'm very sorry. Now, a very important part of that quote is he said, I would never make fun of a woman's appearance like this now. And I really want to focus on that because it's really insane how he's unwilling to make fun of a woman's appearance, but he's perfectly willing to make fun of Nicholas Deorio's appearance or Joe Rogan.
And you get charged up, and you've got to realize that you're probably talking to someone that looks like this. And what I mean by that is a pimply-faced kid who, he's a know-nothing.
Now look, am I saying that, oh, he's such a bad person making a joke about somebody? No, alright? But I think you should be able to apply yourself equal, right? You can make fun of one person, you can make fun of the other. There's really no difference. Just be like, oh, okay, so I'm going to apply myself completely equally. I'm going to make fun of you just as much as of anybody else. That's all you have to do. I don't know why you have to specify it. I feel like ever since Ethan made his politics public with being like, oh, I drew in a very conservative audience and they think I'm one of them and I'm not. And is there an inherent problem with like, oh, I don't agree politically with somebody and I'm going to let that be known? No, not really. It can be a little cringe at times, but whatever, But when you want to pander so hard that you're like, I would never make fun of a woman, but it's okay to make fun of a man. It's really weird. Like, do you not think that women can take it? And I have no problem with just not making fun of anybody's appearance, right? I try not to do that here on this channel or in life in general, especially not about things that people can't change because that's dumb. It's really unproductive. Like, you just made somebody feel bad about their smile. They can't change their smile and now they don't want to smile anymore. Like, it's just ridiculous. And I'm not saying that he should do that or he should do that. Be fair. Again, this just feels like Ethan's just trying to show out for his audience because when they slightly disagree with him, you know he's going to hear about it in the comments. And this happens with a lot of YouTubers, right? Because it feels like Ethan's new audience is more disrespectful. And Ethan's old audience was pretty disrespectful as well, but not quite to this degree, at least not in my mind. Like, it didn't feel that way to me when I watched it, at least back then. Now they don't like him as much. They view him as a traitor, quote unquote. They say he's lost the plot just because they don't agree with him politically. Now, there is a lot of things that you can say about Ethan Klein's podcast without being like, oh, he's a bad person now. Like, I don't think his production is as good as it used to be. Like, it used to look really cool with the room that they used to record in, and now it doesn't. And they brought some random girl on. And from the little bit I've seen of her, she's like good, and she doesn't have any dumb opinions, but she's just not interesting. I think her name's Olivia. And then you got Dan, who just is so annoying. Like, anytime anybody argues, he's, shut up. How dare you disagree with me? I remember when the whole Rich Lux gay drama went on. Well, what led to that? Because Ethan was making fun of a bottom, and then Dan was like, if you don't like it, leave, unsubscribe, go away. Like, just chill out, dude. It's not that big of a deal. Like, I understand disagreeing with somebody, that's fine. But you don't have to freak out on your fan. It's really weird. At the end of the day, I'm perfectly fine with defending Ethan Klein. I just think that this is a weird thing. I do agree that Ethan Klein just gets crap for no reason. Like, with the whole NRA thing, I disagreed with the joke. I didn't think he should have made that just with the audience he has, talking about sarcastic terrorism, all that, how it wouldn't really be his fault, but he would lead bad things happening potentially. Hopefully he didn't, and as far as we know right now, he didn't lead to anything bad happening to the NRA. But you still gotta watch yourself, and I still stick to that. But I felt like I was more fair than everybody else who was criticizing him, or one of the most fair, because I left in the part where he immediately said, that's a joke. And a lot of people just didn't leave that in for whatever reason. And at the end of the day, if you're really genuine and you really think like, hey, this is wrong and I'm never gonna do it, then it really should apply all over the board, right? Now, I don't agree with iDubbbz on everything, but I remember in his content cop, he said it's either all okay or it's never okay. It's either all okay to make fun of somebody's appearance or it's never okay. But pick one, right? Don't just be like, I only make fun of this group or I only make fun of that group. Like, if you're gonna make a joke about white people and say that's okay, then it's okay to make a joke about black people, make a joke about Asian people. You know, a lot of times people talk about racism of low expectations, but I feel like if you're saying, oh, I can only make jokes about men's appearance, then you're really engaging in sexism of low expectations, when you're going, oh, well, women can't really take it when I make fun of their appearance, and only men are strong enough to take it, you know. Women have suffered a lot, and my making fun of them will really contribute to that. Do I think you should be respectful? Yeah. And do I think that you just go around making fun of people's looks? No. Alright? But don't just be like, oh, every woman feels this way, and I will never make fun of any woman's appearance. Because it's just weird, and it makes you look disingenuous and like you're going to be like, oh, okay. Again, sexism of low expectation. Do I think that it's all full pandering? No. But I do think that it's slightly him trying to put on a thing so that he doesn't get attacked, and just trying to put his best foot forward and be like, hey, I've changed, I've learned more about myself and who I am, and this is what I think I should say. But also makes the most sense for him financially, so that people are like, Ethan Klein's a good guy, he aligns with me politically, I'm going to buy some Tradie Fresh merch, I'm going to watch his podcast with Hassan. Because I think most people would agree with me that Ethan Klein over the past 2 years has drawn in a more left-leaning female audience. I think that's pretty undisputable given how Hassan is a big part of the H3H3 brand right now, and the audience that he brings especially really contributes to that, and I really think that's a big part of it. So as I'm saying this, I've been thinking maybe you really just have to say that. Maybe that's just who your audience expects you to be like, hey, this is wrong, okay? Making fun of women ever is not okay. Because there are some people like that. And why upset a vocal minority of people that are like, hey, we don't like this and we're gonna bag you for it? I even talked about a couple days ago how Cody and Noel Miller got attacked for not outright saying that, hey, we don't support Andrew Tate, even though they pretty much implied it. The problem was that they didn't come out and say it and be like, hey, we are against this guy and we condemn him. And because they weren't emphatic enough, people attacked them for it. You know, as much as I disagree with Jordan Peterson on pretty much everything, he had an interesting quote. I forget who he was talking to, but he was saying, these people's expectations of you will rise higher and higher and higher, and you can't attain them anymore. And again, I don't agree with Jordan Peterson on most things. I think that he's pretty funny, and I laugh at a lot of things he does. But I think it's really interesting just to see how Ethan sort of has to dance around things, and I think that this is just another example. At the end of the day, this podcast and this brand is what gives him money. It's his livelihood, and your fans aren't going to be happy if you're like, oh yeah, let's make fun of women when women are your main demographic, especially women that don't appreciate when you make fun of women. So that's just all things to take into consideration. I hope you enjoyed this ramble, me just trying to put my thoughts out there and just trying to decipher what's going on in his head for some weird reason. Is it really that important? No, but hopefully you're interested enough to make it to this video. Also, we hit 103 subscribers as of right now, as I'm recording this video, and it is the 8-month anniversary of me starting this channel, funnily enough. So that's great. Thank you all for that. Appreciate it. I'm gonna end it off here. Thank you all so much for watching. Thanks for 100 subscribers. Goodbye. 103.